Hello, my good viewers. I hope you're good. This is your farmer, K Farmer. I'm back again on education purpose, targeting onion farmers in this episode. I hope you're good. Kindly remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel to share this knowledge so that it can reach to as many farmers as possible. And today I'm answering a question that has been asked oftenly by most of you farmers about the cost of production of 1 acre of onion, or what do we need as farmers to do or to be in agribusiness when it comes to 1 acre of onions. There are various operation factors that we need to consider, or the operation cost that we need to consider, so that we can do that 1 acre and get that 18 or 20 tons comfortably, so that you can be in a business. Point number one that we need to have as a farmer, you have to have seeds. Quality seeds is everything. On seed, I normally say go for hybrid seeds. Don't try OPV if you're in business. Try hybrid varieties. They are there in the market. But today I just want to tell you, on seed, you need to make sure that when you do around 1.5 or 1.2 kg per acre, so that you can have the correct density that will translate to that tonnage that you want. For me, I could always say go for the seed count, go for the variety, or for the companies that will offer you in terms of seed count, because for you to get that tonnage, you have to operate under 300,000 seeds per acre. So if you get that quantity, you are very sure, and you're using a spacing of between 5 and 8 centimeters while planting from crop to crop, you're very sure that you get that tonnage. Remember, the seeds and the density is everything. That is one thing that we need to do. There are so many hybrid varieties that are there in our market that are performing so well. So that is factor number one. The other thing that we need is water. Onions, although they are not heavy feeders when it comes to water, you need to have water. There are stages of onions that are very critical that you have to really feed them. During planting, you have to have a lot of water. That is one stage. Between week one, you need a lot of water. Week 2, week 3, week 4, the water demand on onions become relatively low, because the roots, onions have shallow rooted, so you only need to water around the root zone. You don't need to flood everywhere, so you have to have water. But between week 6, 7, 8 or 9, or the bulbing stage, onion requires a lot of water so that it can help the bulb to form. You need a lot of water for the factory to the green coloring matter to translate to that energy to the root, and then to the bulb where the food is, where you store the food now. So you need a lot water in that critical state. The 12 weeks that your onions will be on the ground, between week 4 and week 8 there, you need water in plenty. Week 9, week 10, 11, you reduce the water. Between week 2, 3 and 4, the demand for water is not very high. So that is point number 2. And of course, you have to have land as another factor. Land, you have to have your land well there. There are various factors on land. The soil type, whether it's great. The good thing with onions, they adapt well to most of the soils that we have, but avoid stony areas because the bulb will not form. But all other soils will do comfortably well with onions. Something else that we need, well, operation cost for onions that we need is that you need chemicals that will take a share of about 50,000 for 1 acre. When we're talking of Kenyan money, you need chemicals that will do that. We need chemicals, fungicides, we need pesticide, we need fungicide because there are diseases that affect onions. We have blight that get into onion, we have purple blotch that get to onions, and we need chemicals or pesticide to control thrips which are the most common pests that we have on onions. So that is on chemicals, and you also need some other factors. um, just on foliar side, you need money to buy that foliar so that you can add to your chemicals. You can do it as a supplement feeding. That is point number 3. Another factor that is key is that you need fertilizers. You need fertilizers. There are various good fertilizers in our Kenyan market that we apply, and they do exemplary well with our onions. We need planting fertilizer. Depending on your soil analysis, they will tell you whether you need a high P fertilizer, high N fertilizer, high K fertilizer. It depends with where you are. So, but the basic of a fertilizer we know is N, P, and K: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. They are the basic nutrients that we need for onion to feed well. So we plant with fertilizer. For 1 acre you need like 75 kg to do that. You do your first top dressing, you need like 2 bags or 125 to 150 kgs. Sometimes you can see, depending on who is doing it for you, they can do 2 bags or even 2.5 bags. That is 125 kg. The second top dressing, you need around 150 bags or 100 between 150 and 200 bags. That is the maximum. If you are doing 200, you are doing extreme. Always target to do 3 bags, and that is basic application of fertilizer. You need foliars at different stages that will help you supplement the nutrition of your crop. You need foliars, nitrogenous fertilizers, you need phosphorus, and you need potassium. For example, like potassium is needed a lot between week 6 to bulbing stage, because potassium gives energy. It also helps in bulbing. You need sulfur, you need calcium to make sure that your onions are of quality. So feeding, you have to make sure that you're doing it well so that you don't miss that point. So the other thing that you need is labor, human labor. You need human labor at various stages. You need women to do for you the planting. Planting of onion is a very intensive job, and here we appreciate women because they do it so well. If you train your workers to do them on point, for them to get that spacing of 5 or 8 centimeters, you have to train your workers. Let them know what you want. Let them understand that density is what will help you translate to that tonnage. Before your workers do that work for you, if you see a point that they are making a mistake, stop them, gather courage, tell them what you are aiming at, and then, but the basic of it all is to train them. Know it, transfer that knowledge to them so that they can help you achieve that agribusiness concept that you're having inside you. So that is, we need workers to do for you the planting, which is very key, to do the weeding. Make sure that your crop, your field is very clean, free from pests, from weeds, sorry, because weeds, they take or they compete with your crop, your main crop. So you need that labor to work for you in that area. You also need human labor to spray for you. You need human labor to harvest for you. You need human labor to do. It's a whole complete chain of activity that will involve human labor, and especially women, because they will help you in curing of those onions. They will cut for you the onions. The men will help you in transporting the onions to the store, etc., etc. So that's another point. Another key thing you need is a storage for onion, which some farmers have, others don't. But storage is key. But if you don't have, don't worry. If you don't want to dispose your onions immediately after harvest, you have to have a well-aerated storage facility to help you store your onions for a long time, about 2-3. I hear some people saying they can store up to 4 months their onions. So that is the key things. You need seeds, For an acre, mostly they go between 30 and 36,000 in our country. You need human labor for us, for like planting. Give them a contract, they will do a nice job. You need water, you have to do that calculation. So on an average, you get an operation cost for onions ranging between 130k and 160k, and you'll be good to do that. If you get your tonnage of 18 tons, then do your maths, you reduce your operation cost, you get a figure there that will tell you whether you're in business or not. So for today, that is what I have. I felt that we need to monitor our operation cost as farmers, because if you don't monitor them, you will find yourself digging in back to their pocket because you did do that good job. For you to have that, sit down, do a budget of how you want to distribute your resources, how you want to distribute your energy, your workers, your costing. You need to do a proper budget for that. I do assist farmers to do budgeting and such kind of consultation. Yes, I do that. Kindly remember to subscribe, remember to share this with as many farmers as you can, so that we can educate each other. Remember, if we are working on an empty stomach, the country cannot move, our GDP will still be below. So, but if we are well fed, our output as Kenyan and as the world will increase. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe.